Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ox Talks. Thank you for tuning in to the show. I appreciate you guys liking these videos, for me hitting that thumbs up button, sharing the videos with as many people as you possibly can think of. So we keep getting the word out, keep waking people up as to what is really happening with the economy. We're going to discuss inflation today. The CPI numbers are out. And please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Those numbers are going up. We are continuing to add subscribers, grow the community, and it means a lot to me. So thank you once again. Let me jump into today's story. The CPI numbers were released for the month this morning at 5:30 a.m. West Coast time, 8:30 a.m. East Coast time. And boy, these numbers are not good. And what I mean by not good is in very, very substantial metrics, food, insurance, things of that nature, the inflation is going up. And I'm going to discuss specifics in a minute. But, you know, we are in a situation where the Fed, as we know, last month cut the interest rate by 50 basis points. With the explanation that inflation is under control, inflation is coming back down to the Fed's 2% target rate, and therefore they were able to, because everything is so good, inflation is so under control, they were able to make this 50 basis point cut. So here's the story from today out of the Zero Hedge. Inflation prints hotter than expected for the 52nd straight month. 52nd straight month. It says core consumer prices rose on a month-over-month basis in September, plus 0.3%, hotter than the plus 0.2% expected. And that's the strongest since March of this year. That left core CPI year over year up 3.3%, and that's hotter than the 3.2% expected. And on a quick note, the stock market is actually taking this news better than I thought it would. It's not. The Dow's down just a little bit. I think the Nasdaq has now turned positive. S&P is about flat. I also expected gold would kind of take this on the chin and decline. I see gold up $17 an ounce right now because, you know, what that means is that the reading between the lines is that the Fed may have to either totally slow down the rate cutting or stop their rate cutting immediately if these consumer prices do not get under control. And so you would think that would have been negative for the gold. Right now, maybe gold's playing into an inflation hedge. We'll see if it holds for the rest of the day today. Continuing on, the headline CPI also printed hotter than expected, plus 0.2% month over month versus 0.1% month over month expected, with the year over year CPI up 2.4%, hotter than the 2.3% expected. Says still the lowest since February of 2021. So it's still going up. It's still going up in a greater amount than the economists have expected it to go up. Overall, headline consumer prices, listen to this, are up over 20%, 20% since January of 2021. And let's talk about core services and food costs. They surged in September. So food inflation, it says, is now back. Leave your comments below. Did food inflation, your neck of the woods, ever leave? Did it ever go away? I don't think so, but it says food inflation is back. It looks like all aisles in the grocery store were more expensive in the month. 5 of the 6 major grocery store food group indexes increased. Let's discuss this. The index for meat, poultry, fish, and eggs rose 0.8% in September. Let's talk about eggs. The eggs index jumped, you won't believe this, 8.4%. That's just on the month. And eggs are up 39.6%, it says, over the past 12 months. That's according to a CNBC article that I read, and I'm backfilling some additional information that the Zero Hedge article didn't cover. So eggs are up 39.6% over the past 12-month period. Let's talk about butter. Butter is up 2.8% on the month, and it's up 7.8% over the past 12 months. Again, that is data from a CNBC article that covered the CPI print this morning. The fruits and vegetables index increased 0.9% over the month, following a 0.2% decline in August. So think about that. That's over a 1.1% swing in fruits and vegetables in the upward direction. It declined 0.2% in August, and it rose 0.9% this last month in September. That's incredible. The so-called supercore CPI also increased on a year-over-year basis, and that's to a positive or plus 4.6%. This is a surge in transportation services costs and medical care supplies lifted the supercore number. And this also includes record high auto insurance. Guys, leave your comments below. What are you seeing with your auto insurance? Here in California, my auto insurance continues to skyrocket. Now, granted, I do have 2 teenage drivers on the policy. We have multiple vehicles, so I understand that impacts the what I'm paying in auto insurance premiums. But I'm hearing from everybody, not just in California, that the auto insurance costs are off the charts. So I wouldn't mind hearing from you. Let us know where you're at, what state you're in, and what have you seen in a year-over-year increase in your auto insurance premiums. It says the cost of auto insurance is up 56% since basically January of 2021. 56%. I would not be surprised to hear that some people's auto insurance has more than doubled. It's up more than 56%. I have to say, I believe my auto insurance premiums have doubled. So what we have here is a resurgence in inflation in the items that are most important to Americans: food, medical insurance, medical supplies, automobile insurance. And at a time when the Federal Reserve is embarking on a rate-cutting cycle. And we know why that's happening. I mean, they want to make borrowing more enticing for consumers, so consumers continue to take on more obligations they can't really afford. They want the stock market to be buoyed into the election. And so far it's worked. Stock market is at all-time highs, while at the same time, the average American is getting crushed with grocery store prices, auto insurance costs, and every other metric that we know about. I discussed yesterday more layoffs across this country in the logistics area. Home Depot is cutting millions of square feet of warehouse space. Again, why is all this happening if everything is so good? Okay, again, I know that's being facetious a bit sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek, but we all know what's going on below the surface. Again, I'd love to hear from all of you. The comments, keep them coming. They're so detailed and intelligent. I do my best to read them all and respond as many as I can. I'll leave it there today, but this is bad news, okay? Why is the stock market not collapsing today? Again, I welcome your comments below. I'm not an economist. I'm not a stock market expert or analyst. Just seeing this stuff unfold. So when will bad news become bad news again? We'll have to wait and see, watch it play out. But for right now, food costs are going up, insurance costs are going up at a time when Americans can least afford it. All right. With that being said, thank you all again for watching today. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Let's keep growing this community. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.